Another qualifier spot. TvT best of 3 featuring Bunny versus KeeN. All right. Spawning here in the bottom left side of this best of 3 for the Ting Open, it's going to be the blue Terran player, Team Liquid's Bunny.
In the top right, as the red Terran, he is KeeN.
The K in KeeN stands for Korea, for those who don't know.
Yes. Also, as the past weekend was Valentine's Day, he could have told anyone that he was keen on them.
I don't know. Actually, I wonder if puns would translate like that.
They don't.
And I was talking to Oli Moly about this. She was trying to get Crank to watch Archer, but I guess a lot of the Korean subs for Archer just don't translate the jokes very well.
Yeah. And if he could have impressed someone with his English knowledge and they wouldn't get it.
So finds like one of the few white people in Korea and is like, "Annyeong, I'm keen
They
on
exist.
you." Like,
They exist. I saw 4 of them. There actually was a surprising few
I saw
amount.
4 of them, 3 of which were mirrors.
No, not quite. But okay. Jokes aside, we'll see if they go for the command center after this barracks, or if one of them is going to go ahead and be aggressive. Like I said, Koreans just have that stigma. It's not exactly the right word attached to them for being more aggressive. But Bunny has definitely been the type to emulate Korean build orders. He's definitely shown his own aggressive side. It looks like they're both going to be going for the same build, though, with the command center on the low ground. Well, it's over shipyard, so of course.
Yeah, another part of this too to consider is like KeeN, who might be more say inclined to be aggressive, might have to actually just rely and hope to God his macro can beat out Bunny. Because the nice thing about TvT is while there is a lot of precision that comes in later through say tank drops, in general, Marines and lots of Marines can win you a game. And if your macro is on point for the entire game up to that point, and you're worried about lag, honest to God, the
Yeah.
A move style, it might be your best bet.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup. I mean, I'm not going to say any race is 1A because then everyone will be mad, but there are some styles, you could say, that are more
Let's
1A than others.
let's be honest. Every race might not be 1A, but a lot of races can be.
Yeah, okay, that's a pretty PC way to put it. Good job. But it's also very dependent on the styles. If Bunny goes for the double tank push to the front that heavily relies on KeeN keeping a calm mind and controlling his units correctly, okay, maybe he's in trouble. But if they both get up to 3 bases and KeeN happen to be the greedier of the two with a faster third base, well then he's hopefully going to be doing a lot better defensively with the lag that he has to deal with. Now, have the Reapers actually done much this game? I feel like they haven't.
No,
They
just
have not done much of anything.
just now coming out to poke. KeeN, of course, left his at home. Again, this makes sense. Like, why would KeeN be the one to be aggressive with the Reaper? You're worried about that latency. Reaper versus Reaper fights are some of the most micro-intense things there are. Land that bomb, get that hit, high ground, low ground, you name it.
Yeah, he was also the one that SCV scouted, so he knew what the build opener was, where Bunny was a little less sure, I guess. Cyclone's on the way for Bunny. We'll see if he gets a second one. We talked about that, too. Just seems to be the only one who bothers getting more than one.
Yeah, Bunny consistently getting 2 in a lot of the matchups we've seen. I can't say that I necessarily agree. I don't like that big of an investment, but 1 will certainly help out a ton. The only problem for going for more than 1, of course, is just like its health pool is so low. It's not a unit that can really fight very well.
Yeah. It just reduces, I guess, the amount of tough units you have and the amount of units, too. Maybe it delays your barracks, but it is going to be that tank follow-up.
Tough TUFF.
It's going to be a marine drop versus a marine drop. This one does include a widow mine, though.
If the Cyclone gets the lock on soon enough, this won't be a problem at all. In fact, the Cyclone does get a lock on and kills the Reaper by the looks of it. Yeah.
Bunny's medevac is ready, but he's not loading up in this. So KeeN's drop is going to be met by a Cyclone as well as Marines, as opposed to passing each other in the night. Bunny's Reaper actually goes out to scout, try and get eyes on the third base potentially, which KeeN is building. They both are now.
Oh, Bunny doesn't see this, so it's like way too late.
It's a very odd position to put that widow mine. And I think, yeah, Bunny did see it.
Yeah, so it baits it. It's not a bad choice. Scans afterwards. Just deterring the drop, though, is already good. On the side of the map, a Reaper comes in, gets an SCV kill, specifically one that was building command center, so that's nice.
Yeah. Bunny's was already a bit ahead, so just extending that lead ever so slightly. Barracks coming down as they both are going to go bio. It would have been very, very surprising if either one of them went from mech. Like maybe if this is reality, but I don't think I've seen KeeN do it since Heart of the Swarm.
No, reality is like actually the only player to not go mech once in a while, but actually make it work when he does. Because we have seen a couple other players try, but it isn't what it used to be. Like mech versus bio in a TvT, it felt like Protoss versus bio in a TvT. You know what I mean? Like there's a completely different race that it almost felt like you were playing against.
Oh yeah, for sure. Protoss was the closest to comparison, I guess, back in the day. But there is a drop now loaded up for Bunny, or is he just picking up that tank? He's just picking up the tank, preparing for the attack. Now he has 3 tanks. If he had a third medevac, this would be quite a scary push. Combined with just like a handful of Marines? No, not even. He is going for a double tank drop just straight up. Now this, we've seen people try and go for the single tank drop still, that it doesn't do very much, you know, like almost always, although sometimes it'll get a lucky shot in the SCVs. A double tank drop is twice as risky, obviously, but also has potential to do a lot more damage to the mineral line, especially if you can focus fire with the tanks.
Well, these are finding it hard to really get anything done. Maybe catch a couple of units running out of the natural. The scary thing is that Cyclone's actually kind of dangerous. If Bunny's medevac has got a tank inside of it, he's not paying attention, it could go down pretty quickly.
This looks so silly, but I guess he was waiting for the units to come down the ramp, so that's actually really, really nice. KeeN loses a tank for it. Just wasn't expecting the tanks to be there.
The refinery and the SCV not to cancel, so it's like a very clever tactic out of Bunny that I can't say is the most game-changing thing, but it is cool. And it gets damage done for free, which matters most.
Yep. It was already worth a double tank drop, but if you know that their army is still behind, rather at home, then you can continue to tank drop while you get your macro going.
Yeah, unfortunately we have an update coming from our sponsor, Ting Jesse, literally crying in chat and then says, I thought I was the best. I've lost 2 in a row.
The best platinum player ever.
Well, I mean, he is picking fights against Master Leaguers. Maybe aim a little bit lower, Jesse. I'm just saying. Don't aim so high. I can't wait to see the reactions on the video in real life, though. Like, I hope he's breaking plates or something. Just like, son of a bitch.
If it is like gonna be like a video of him, like, you know, squeezing a stress ball or whatever, just looking really angry.
He's just taking to call his mom. Oh, there you go. That's the selling point.
Oh.
Nice shots at the tanks. I will say I'm impressed by Bunny. This is something we've kind of talked a little bit about, especially in regards to like Archon mode, but the TvT matchup in general. Tank drops are really hard to pull off, mostly because of what we just saw here with KeeN. If you land into your opponent's tank range, you're going to take some pretty bad damage, some pretty nasty hits. It's not easy to actually get those shots off. In fact, that one gets some Marines. Oh god, corpses go flying. I love the physics engine in StarCraft sometimes.
Thanks Heart of the Swarm for that.
The best is when a Baneling hits something and it just like goes across the map. You're like, okay, that Baneling was potent as hell.
I like when queens go flying across the map.
Right, because their corpses are so heavy.
Yeah,
they just kind of like thud and skid.
Yeah. So combat shields wasn't done for KeeN, so like taking an actual engagement I think was never really on his mind. But losing 2 tanks, oh dear god.
Not just the tanks, but the medevacs on top of that. Jeez.
I don't know where KeeN's army is. He still has 77. Oh, it's all these Marines in the main.
Oh, jeez. There could be tanks waiting for him. You don't know.
His own tanks.
No, I'm just saying, Bunny like
no.
I like Bunny's tactics like early on. Obviously, those tanks were devastating, but they got some good damage in, and everything is pretty much even. Funny enough, the difference being the resources lost. So Bunny's got 2-2 on the way. KeeN's got 2-2 on the way. The army supplies are not that crazy, but it is just kind of cool seeing how Bunny used those tanks.
Yeah, they ended up working really well. So this attack, despite like what seems to be Bunny getting all of the little edges, he's really not gotten that much of an edge. He's like up 7 army supply, not a big deal. But this attack is definitely very abusive on orbital shipyard, especially if you can get any Marines to the top. KeeN, you know, knows this and has at least something to try and defend, and obviously has most of his buildings off to the left. We'll lose a tech lab, but honestly, I've always wondered this, like, is it just kind of, like, worth putting a reactor on that anyways when you're done with stim and combat shields?
That was kind of cool, by the way. I like that pickup on the Marine as it was getting obliterated by the tanks, but gets some damage, backs away. Big attack coming to his base. He knows it's coming. Planetary on the way, but not done yet. SCV's going to have to prepare their lives This whole Marine army would actually get completely wrecked by the planetary if it was done. The problem is it's not done. He's going to get sandwiched in because even if KeeN decides to kill this base and walk away, there's no medevacs to retreat with him. Bunny's coming from behind with the majority of his army.
What?
Or was coming from behind with the majority. What the
KeeN, just stay really silent, guys. Like, don't say anything.
Don't breathe. Don't breathe. All right, looks like he was a little distracted in the main. Most of the turret took out the medevacs, so this actually isn't too bad to clean up. Scans to see if it's safe.
Block. Oh my god, that was a double call down, and he's still supply blocked. Oof.
Poor
Painful.
Bunny. Poor KeeN, poor Bunny. Lots of things going wrong for both players right now, but Bunny is going to be starting his 3-3 up pretty much right away. KeeN doesn't have the money for that because he just lost a lot of units. And of course, he might have close to decent army supply, but a lot of the Marines are damaged and in the corner of the map, not at all participating in this frontline fight. Tank's going to siege up a little bit awkwardly, but these will catch some of the Marines. Boosh.
Oh, KeeN.
Oh
KeeN
my
has
God.
no option now. Bunny's on every single front, and he's just contained on 3 bases. Once you get this 4th set up, but the SCV keeps dying.
I just want to point out, like, this is actually a really bad setup out of Bunny, by the way. Like, this is not a position I think you want to be in as the attacker, but it's working because KeeN doesn't have anything to push into it. He is going to go for the bottom base once again, but this time around, actually, it's not going to be a planter. It's not even done yet. Oh, no.
It's just, they stim once, and some of them are going to die.
Yeah, it's a good thing they have that thing where, like, you can't actually stim when you're too low. Otherwise, you would just, like, see a Terran player stim and instant kill all their Marines. But the planetary going to fall once. He's going to start up another command center right away, so screw it. I realize this is going to go down. But losing the command center doesn't really matter. He's got such a big lead over KeeN right now. And when that 3-3 finishes, that's almost 1A move time.
Yeah. Taking advantage of the high ground, the medevac was not watching, so nicely done. Takes out 2 tanks. Might have gotten 3 and 4. Gets 3 and 4, there you go, but at the price of his Marines. Not exactly worth it. He's still down 40 army supply.
Look at the resources lost right now, too. I mean, like, it's one thing to look at what's currently here, but it's another to look at what was here. And KeeN has lost a lot this game.
Mm-hmm. When he's going to move forward, more and more forward, he gets to that little ledge and can start getting on top of the production just like that. Oof. I mean, KeeN, thank God he's been killing this 4th base over and over again. Otherwise, he'd be like out of the game already, basically. But he's probably still going to have to tap out.
It's like, buddy, you're attacking to the north. Why not take the base to the north too? It's
yeah, that's always that's always an argument you can make. But I guess just not thinking about it. Figures that this time he has the right side completely covered with the reinforcements going over there. He has nothing to worry about.
Awkward.
Oh, revenge!
All the
and all the SCVs.
Oh no! Of course, KeeN had been muling so hard while this was going on. The command center falls. The SCVs die. Oh, that's his lifeline right there, Zombie Grub.
He scans what would have been Bunny's other 4th, as you talked about. It's not there, and neither.
He's gonna. Oh my God! He's gonna miss it again. This time, is it a planter? Nope.
Okay,
build
but there
this.
is.
Buddy,
There
build
is
this
a command center going to the other place. Okay, like there's something happening.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, buddy, just quit trying to build this on location, man. You're better than this. You're so good at StarCraft. Why you do this?
Well, this time at least you can be canceled. It's not the perfect timing.
Medevac's tentative to position over here. That does get canceled. The attack in here is a little bit dangerous, actually. Bunny's got all of his army across the map. And his production...
2 tanks.
Yeah, actually, 2 tanks might just hold enough so the production can deal with the Marines. They're going to try and boost on top. No, good to go to the main. Either way, Bunny is going to go home with a segmented amount of his units. Still contains outside of the base of KeeN, so he can't easily push out. He will have to drop in some variety to take this fight, but dropping on top of these tanks, never preferable. That's a lot more tanks. I don't think he realizes. Oh.
KeeN has eyes on that base of the Marine. Is doing damage. Please don't lose this.
Oh my God.
If you lose this... No, it's going to finish first.
I mean, the planetary will kill Marines relentlessly. The Ibex cannon is just way too strong. And has a stupid name, by the way, but... there we go.
It was so close, though. Like, he killed all the
He
SCVs.
yeah, he killed 15 SCVs. Bunny's got 37 workers. Like, I hate to say it, but it kind of feels like, despite the fact that Bunny's got the army supply lead, he's got the upgrade lead, blah, 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 blah. Like, Bunny has been throwing this game a lot more than KeeN has.
Yeah, definitely. But KeeN has been, I guess, just... To give him credit, like, defending is a lot easier. Where Bunny is constantly having to find some way to end the game. So that's why he's at, of course, paying attention as much as maybe he could have back at home.
there's a very real contain element going on for Bunny that's kind of happening with KeeN by accident, because he keeps killing that base. But KeeN is going to starve out at some point. Like, his income is going to just drop. As Bunny establishes this base, very important that he does, because he'll be able to continue to produce. Looking to push up this ramp with unsieged tanks actually isn't a terrible idea. Might manually siege them. Loses a lot of Marines for it, but doesn't matter because the fodder did its job. The drop tank's coming back home to defend. A little bit awkward because he will, like a millisecond, be too late to the drop party.
Yeah, and off of the left side, you do have the, I think that was the other orbital going down.
Stim to win.
Yeah, it was. The main and third have actually died now, so GG.